Okay, guys, welcome to Dave's LFC Chats. Keith's back on with me. What a win the other night, Keith. We'll have a quick talk about a synopsis of the Spurs game the other night. It was a must-win, I thought, and it turned out to be that. One of our better performances. One of our better away performances anyway, 3-1. Who stood out for you in that game? Who was like the main protagonist in that team? There was one or two now, but...
there was a few, to be honest with you. It was great to see Trent return to form. You kind of saw it, I suppose, against United. There was kind of glimpses that, he was certainly getting his touch back. His confidence looked like it was back. His passes were finding who he wanted them to, where he wanted the ball to go to. So that looked promising, and he had an absolutely great game. I thought Henderson was fantastic, to be honest with you, at the back. I thought Ginny was amazing, to be honest with you.
There's more than a few, probably half the
was, and Bobby had a fantastic game, and Mane had a fantastic game,
I thought Mane was on fire, actually. He looked annoyed or something, didn't he?
He did, yeah. He probably should have had more than what he got, to be honest with you, Yeah. But the pleasing thing for me was, apart from a dodgy VAR, which could have been given, like the front three all would have been on the score sheet away from home, which would have been the most positive thing for me, and the way we played. Like if we're on it like that and we play like that, we don't really give other teams too much of a sniff. And when the rest of the team are performing like that, you will probably get away with a couple of games having Hendo +1 in there, or whoever we bring in tomorrow. If we're on it and we're playing that well, and we take our chances, we're still going to win more games than we're going to draw and lose, certainly,
I think tomorrow, but before we talk about tomorrow, I thought Phillips did well when he came on.
Yeah.
I think he could actually start now beside Henderson tomorrow, because I think Fabinho, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I think that's absolutely what's going to happen tomorrow. It'll be Henderson and Phillips. Listen, he's a more traditional, old school kind of centre half, and we'll probably need that tomorrow, because West Ham are going to be dangerous from set piece.
Well, your man Antonio's on fire at the moment. A big lad.
That lad Souček as well.
Souček as well, yeah. And Bowen, if you know that young lad, Bowen's very good.
Yeah, it wouldn't be he's good when he gets on the ball, but like if we play half as good as we played against Spurs, we're probably going to have the lion's share of.
Oh, we will,
of the ball.
Thiago did
a lot of possession.
So lovely. Yeah. But that's the big one for tomorrow. I mean, West Ham and Moyes has done a great job there. I think they've signed man Lingard. They got your man Jesse Lingard from United for the rest of the season, or on loan. I don't know whether he signed him or on loan. I'm not sure. Well, he's available for tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
But it's never easy, West Ham. We have a decent record against it. Spurs.
We have recently.
Like Spurs. No. Well, I mean, Spurs was just an unbelievable record. That's why I was so confident going into it, even though we weren't playing particularly well and stuff. I just look at our record against Spurs.
I think it's the first time we've ever done 6 on the bounce, isn't it? Against them?
Unbelievable. Obviously, the big one was you were at it in Madrid. Was the big one. But tomorrow, I just think, as you just said there, I think it'll be Phillips and Henderson, because I don't think Fabinho will make it tomorrow. Obviously, Matip's like glass. He's gone. I mean, he's got to be in and out for the whole season, isn't he? He's not going to.
He's going to be in and out for the rest of his LFC career, as he was from the start of his LFC career.
The rest of his professional career. Full stop.
Yeah. I think it'll just be interesting. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see who goes in the middle, to be honest with you. I don't know whether we've got a start in Milner. I thought Milner was brilliant as well. He's been brilliant for the last 2 games.
Milner was brilliant as well. I mean, I can't see Milner playing. We have another game midweek against Brighton at Anfield, so I think he'd probably play that game, even though he was brilliant. The midfield three were brilliant. I mean, Gini ran his fucking arse off. Gini was the usual Gini, I suppose. But I mean, Thiago did his passing. A lot of lovely stuff going forward, interplay and stuff like that. And when the front three are buzzing, it makes it easier for Thiago as well.
Yeah, but you can see, when the front three are at it, when there's chance after chance after chance, it gives the rest of the team a lift. But that needs to kind of continue now for the next 2 to 3 games where we're on the score sheet and the lads are scoring, because it won't take a huge amount now for the confidence to be knocked if we go 40, 50, 60 minutes where chance after chance is going a begging, and then, that kind of, oh, here we go again, will start creeping back into the side, and you can see the confidence will start to wane off a bit. So I think that the next couple of games, more than any part of the season, is really going to be important now that the front three, take a chance. And maybe not every single chance. I don't think they ever have taken every single chance, but certainly every second or third chance needs to go on the back of the net in terms of being clinical in front of goal. And if that doesn't, you can see the confidence, maybe issues come back into that side.
Yeah, Wayne, it drains
slippery.
out of them after about 60 minutes if they haven't scored. You know that?
Yeah.
Doesn't it? I mean, look at Mane the other night. That chance, I think it was a minute on the clock or 2 minutes on the clock, and he missed it. He should have scored. Then at the other end, Son scores. I thought it was allowed. He was just off.
Yeah, but could you imagine what that would have done? Could you imagine what that would have done to the overall psyche and the effect that would have had on the game? I
don't think we would have won that game, Keith. If we would have went down that early, I don't know if we would have come back. I don't think we would have.
First goal against a Mourinho side, the way they play at the moment is always going to be critical, because they have to come out and play a little bit, and it's not that easy to come out and play and then go back into your shell and come out and play and go back into your shell a little bit. So once we scored that, once we got that goal ahead, they had to come out and play a little bit, and then that opened it up. Then and then it was it was an fairly open game, to be honest with you. We didn't really give them a sniff.
Yeah, I was surprised at Mourinho's tactics. Were you very open? Home game.
I think no, it was scoring first.
Yeah, well, obviously it helps. Yeah, first goal helps, doesn't it? Especially when we got it. Yeah. I know what you mean. They might have closed up if they had scored.
I think even if they had a closed up shop, we actually looked like we could open them up, and we did so on numerous occasions, and could have scored a couple more. On another day, you've got 5 or 6 there.
Yeah.
Apart from some wayward finishing, and a bit of bad luck, but. Listen, you're not going to argue with 3 away from home.
No. And tomorrow, another thing tomorrow is, as we just said, Phillips and Henderson. It's not ideal, is it? I mean, Phillips and Henderson, and I know the transfer window, I think it's at 11 o'clock, I think, on Monday night.
On Monday, is it? Okay, that was tomorrow.
Yeah, have all day Monday as well. Yeah, I thought it was Sunday night. It's Monday night, 1st of February. I think we're going to go for a loan deal, because the way Klopp, I seen something Klopp did yesterday, he was talking about it, saying, we're in the market, we're looking. It's more positive sort of type of thing, but it's very tight now to get someone in. It really is.
If you're looking to get somebody in, like when you looked at that match the other night, like how much really did it? It's not going to be the same in every match, obviously, but if we're dominating teams and we're on the ball and we've got 60, 65, 70% possession, what we really have to be worried about is that, that transition period where we turn the ball over just outside their box, and then it's popped down the wing, and it's down the channel or it's over the head, right? But apart from Spurs maybe played through us at the start of that game once, they never really did it thereafter. Son had another chance which was easily saved, but like they didn't really do it. They didn't really do it after that. So I think whoever we bring in, and I know they're talking about Mustafi. And I think the only reason they're talking about Mustafi is that he's got 6 months left on his contract. But then you may as well be looking at Johnny Evans, because he's only got 6 months left on his contract as well.
He'd be a good signing. I don't think you'd get him anyway.
I don't think he's fast enough for what we need. I think he lacks pace. I think Mustafi lacks pace as well. So if you're going to look for centre half, I'd rather have a centre half who has a little bit of pace, who could do that recovery, right? There's no point in buying a donkey.
A donkey.
Somebody who's just good ahead of the ball, and you need somebody who can read the game, and maybe somebody has a bit of recovery pace, I think, to be honest with you, and maybe that's what they're looking at. So it could be a little bit of a who the fuck is that? Who the fuck
it could be, and it usually works for Liverpool. Who the fuck is that? Then a year later he's a superstar,
I listen, I'm sure the scouting was done for the summer, and there was somebody lined up for the summer. It's just a matter of have they actually been poised to push the button on somebody if it got worse, and it has got worse, and immeasurably worse.
See, the other thing as well, Keith, it's not only a centre half that we're saying we need a defender and cover, but it's actually because it frees up midfielders. It frees up the likes of Henderson, even possibly Fabinho, and gives us options in midfield. It's not only, people were saying the other night on Twitter, I seen it, we need actually 2 defenders, but let's try even get 1 for God's sake.
We're not going to get
talking about 2. It's hard to get 1 in.
But listen, if you got 4 or 5 games out of Keita on the bounce, it frees that up as well. So it's not just
he's prone as well. He's unbelievably.
I know.
I mean, Oxlade-Chamberlain as well. I mean, he hasn't got a sniff since he's come back.
I think he's had a couple of opportunities and hasn't taken them, Dave. It's as simple as that. He's not great games when he's come on, to be honest with you. So I think he's had a couple of opportunities and it hasn't gone very well for him, you'd much rather see Jones get a prolonged.
Curtis, he might get a chance tomorrow because of Milner, He might do. Fresh, someone fresh, legs. At West Ham, it's not going to be easy. They play football as well. It's going to be a good game. I think it'll be tight. 2-1 or a 1-0. I don't think there'll be many goals in it tomorrow. I
I fancy them scoring, to be honest with you. I think they will score
a
against
2-1.
us. Yeah. You could look at a similar scoreline to Spurs, is what I'm thinking.
Take it.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take any time the scoreline would go to favour Liverpool. You know.
I think as long as we don't lose, I think, as long as we don't lose.
Yeah, I think to play so well against Spurs and for us not to get a positive result, let's say tomorrow, would be sort of a 2 steps forward, 1 step back type. It'd be sort of.
I think we've built up now at the 2 United games.
Yeah.
Obviously the first game against them, we started to show some sort of, I suppose, signs of encouraging signs of improvement. There was definite signs there against them in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
And then that's carried forward into Spurs. So, tails are up. The lads are playing well. They look like, they're working for each other. There was a huge amount more movement. We were nowhere near as static, we passed the ball, we held the ball up. So all the basics we did very well, which you would assume that we do very well, was done very well the other night. They're obviously we're in camp now. There's not an awful lot of time between the 2 matches. So I would fancy us to turn up, right? But they're dangerous, West Ham,
Yeah.
Like Antonio could literally have a field day,
Yeah. Well, it depends who's at the back, as you just said. If it's Henderson and Phillips, it's makeshift, really, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
But listen,
I still can't just win the match.
I'm confident. Are you confident?
Yeah. I am confident, yeah.
Yeah.
I am confident. I'm confident of the next couple of matches. I know we've got a midweek match and then it's City, isn't it? So
that is going to be tough. We usually raise our game against City. All right, just before you go, do you think we'll bring someone in? Yes or no?
Yeah.
By Monday night.
I think so? Yeah, there's definitely somebody being like. Listen, we're definitely trying now. Whether or not anything happens and it just falls through at the 11th hour or the 12th hour or 10 to 12 or whatever, we're definitely trying and we'll definitely try to get somebody in. And I don't think anybody will know and hear about it until it's
probably late on Monday. On Monday.
Yeah.
Right, Keith, we leave it at that. I'll talk to you soon. Hopefully Liverpool can get the 3 points.
Chat to you after the match tomorrow. Enjoy it. All right.
All right, buddy. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.